Hi there, I'm Shane Spears and welcome to another edition of Summit Scale, beaming out to you from the beautiful city of Bath in the UK. My guest today is Bob Burg. Bob, a very warm welcome. Great to have you on the show.
Thank you, Shane. Great being with you. Thank you for having me.
Looking forward to it. For those of you that don't know him, Bob is a sought-after speaker at company leadership and sales conferences on topics at the core of the Go-Giver books. A former television personality and top-producing salesperson, Bob has shared the platform with some of today's top business leaders, broadcast personalities, coaches, athletes, and political leaders, including a former US president. In addition to co-authoring the best-selling Go-Giver books with John David Mann, Bob has authored a number of popular books, including the critically acclaimed Endless Referrals, Network Your Everyday Contacts into Sales and Adversaries into Allies. His total book sales are well over 1 million copies. Wow. The American Management Association named Bob one of the 30 most influential leaders, and he is in one of Inc.'s 100 Great Leadership Speakers. Richtopia named him one of the top 200 most influential authors in the world. Brilliant, Bob. Bob, the title of our interview today is Business Success, the Go Giveaway, and we have 5 minutes for the interview. If you're ready, I'll start the clock.
Let's do it.
So, what is the premise of the Go Giver? What does it mean to do business the Go Giveaway?
Simply that shifting your focus, and this is the key, shifting your focus from getting to giving. And when we say giving in this context, we simply mean constantly and consistently providing value to others, understanding that not only is that a pleasant way of conducting business, it's the most financially profitable way as well.
Right. And where did the idea come from?
Well, in the book that you mentioned, Endless Referrals, which was a how-to book, It was really on how entrepreneurs, how salespeople who brought lots of value with them, they may not have understood how to or felt comfortable in the relationship building process. Right. So the book was sort of a step-by-step, how to build the relationships where people feel so good about you that they know you, they like you, they trust you, they want to do business with you. Right. So we sort of took that basic premise and said, okay, so how do people who establish those kind of relationships quickly and sustainably, how do they do it? Well, they're always giving, right. Meaning they're always finding ways to give value to the other person over and above the product or service. They do this from the very start of the relationship. Right. And that's where we said, take that and put it into story form. And John David Mann, my awesome co-author, who's such a great writer and storyteller. And so that's how we came up with the Go Giver theme.
Right. Brilliant. And in the first law, the law of value, you make a distinction between two words that are often thought of as the same. What are they?
Yeah, those words are price and value, because we say your true worth in the business sense is determined by how much more you give in value than you take in payment, which is price. So what is the difference? Well, price is a dollar figure. It's finite. It is what it is. Value, on the other hand, is the relative worth or desirability of a thing to the end user or beholder. In other words, what is it about this thing, this product, service, concept, idea that brings so much ultimate worth or value to someone that they will willingly exchange their money for it and feel wonderful, feel fantastic about it, while you, the entrepreneur salesperson, makes a very, very healthy profit. So in other words, both parties come away better off after the transaction than they were before the transaction. And it's because of the value-based experience over and above just even the intrinsic value of the product or service itself.
Right. Okay. And is that normally linked to some sort of transformation, some before and after difference?
Well, there usually would be, depending upon the product or service that you sell. So yes, I mean, because when you think about it, what is selling? It's selling by its very nature is simply discovering what the other person wants, needs, or desires and helping them to get it. Well, typically what they need, want, or desire is either solving a problem, helping them, as you said, make that transformation, giving them something that they would value.
Right. Okay. Brilliant. And the third law, the law of influence, what is that law and what do you really mean by influence?
Well, the law itself says that your influence is determined by how abundantly you place other people's interests first, which again sounds counterintuitive, but then you think about it, the greatest leaders, top influencers, most successful, highest money earning salespeople, this is how they run their lives, right? They conduct business. They're always looking for ways to make other people's lives better. And so, so when we say, place the other person's interest first, we don't mean that in a martyrish or a self-sacrificial type of way. Yeah. It's simply understanding that it's, again, that all things being equal, people will do business with and refer business to those people they know, like, and trust. And there's simply no faster, more effective, more powerful way to elicit those feelings toward you in others than by moving from that I focus or me focus to an other focus. Influence itself on a very, very basic level is simply the ability to move a person or persons to a desired action, usually within the context of a specific goal. Right. We become more influential to the degree that we actually place the other person's interest first, because remember, no one's going to buy from you because you have a quota to meet. Yeah. Or because you need the money, right? Yeah. They're going to buy from you, do business with you, what have you, because they believe they will be better off by doing so than by not doing so. And that's why it's so important that the salesperson always understands that it's about the other person, not about ourselves.
Right. And Bob, we're coming to the end of our time, but I really want to ask this question about, the go-giver is not just about giving, but also about the ability to receive. And do you find that people have an issue with receiving? Yeah. Worldwide, that seems to be, the biggest thing. And that's because, let's face it, the world around us, and I suspect it doesn't matter what country you live in, the world around us gives us not mixed messages, but negative messages about prosperity and about abundance. And you'd think that, the person who makes a lot of money did it by abusing others or by, and it's a big world. There's certainly lots of people, but in a free market-based economy, meaning no one's forced to do business with anyone else, the only way you could make a lot of money and earn a high income is by pleasing, by helping, by serving a lot of people. And so once we kind of understand that, not just on an intellectual level, but on a heart level, then we can say, hey, to the degree that we have provided significant, immense value to the marketplace, we've earned the right to receive, and we need to be able to do that. Yeah, brilliant stuff, Bob.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it. Folks, for more resources, check out Bob's website, www.thegogiver.com. The link will be below. Thank you so much, Bob. Really appreciate it.
Shane, thank you. I appreciate you.
Thanks for checking out our Summit Scale podcast. If you like what we're doing here, please head over to iTunes and subscribe, rate us and leave a review. It's very much appreciated. And if you want to learn more about the work we do or are looking for a load of free resources to help with scaling your business, check out our website, www.summitleader.com.